Thursday evening, everybody. Welcome to the Dirt Racing Network in our live coverage. SimRapMarket.com, Mighty Midget Series, Summer Sizzler Race number 1. Double header for you tonight from Fairbury Speedway. 17 Tiny Warriors have checked in to do battle this evening. Brendan Rogers, the quickest in this warm-up session, but the Kiwi conqueror Craig Silby hot on his heels. And then Bo Brannon tucked in neatly behind that. Looking at a hitchy-glitchy situation, and we'll get it fixed between shows, but 2 shows for you tonight. Show number 1, as always, random draw for heats. Heat races, everybody's going to pass through into the feature, but the top 2 from each heat will be in the redraw. We will redraw as we roll off to start tonight's 30-lap feature. This race, 1 of 3 for the Summer Sizzler right now, and they are Ironman races. That Ironman standings currently after 32 races in 2024. Bo Brennan, 1,909 points. Josh Gerlach, 40 points back in second. Craig Silby, 68 points back. David Krikorian, 109. And Billy Barros, 169. Billy Barros jumping into the top 5. The last time we saw these drivers, I believe Garrett Boyd sat in 5th. He moves down to the 6th spot right now. This is the 12th appearance for the Mighty Midget Series here at Fairbury Speedway. It is only bested in appearances by I-55, which has a 15th appearance. Second time this year we're going to be here with this group. Josh Gerlach and Craig Silby split victories back on March the 14th. That was during that incredible run of no sweeps, about 14 straight weeks of no sweeps in the series, which has since been decimated, and the driver set a new single-season win record, and he is going to be back next season to try to break his own record. And he will be adorned by the Dirt Racing Network on the side of that machine. This series races this week. They'll have a non-points race next week, which is most likely not going to be on the broadcast schedule. And then they will be back on the 27th at Kokomo, another tiny little bull-ring. You want to register and race with these guys. You can do the Summer Sizzlers in the 2024 C Series. Go over to netcodeesports.com and hit the sign-up button for the Simrap Market Mighty Midget Series. Practice session winding down. We'll get ready to do our heat races. Guys, do not be afraid to shout out in the chat. Say hi. Let us know where you're watching from. You got a favorite driver, make sure you shout them out. If you're on YouTube, Twitch, or Trovo, hit the subscribe button. You'll know every time we go live. And if you are on Facebook, Dirt Racing Network's page, like, share, and follow. Always fun to see who joins us. We have been 100% organic in our followers. We have not joined with other groups to gain followers, none of that stuff, and we had 13,000 at one point, so we feel pretty good about that. If you're enjoying the show, make sure you say hi, let us know you're enjoying it. Do not forget, double header tonight. Twice as nice on Thursdays. All right, drivers have cleared the speedway, and we're going to get ready for heat race number 1. We'll get a look at these drivers. Cody Terry in the chat. Heat 1 will roll off like this. The Digital Sim Sports Network sponsored machine of Garrett Boyd. That's the 21 car on the pole, and to his outside, Tough Customer. He adorns the SimRapMarket.com Mighty Midget Ironman logos on that green number 7. That's the Kiwi Conqueror Craig Silby. Then Wayne Anelski, the Netcode Esports number 13 car. Row 2 to the inside and on his outside, that's a 37 of Austin Motley. And your back row, inside and out, will look like this. It will be the 19 of Kurt Vincent inside, and the OGO number 66 of David Krikorian to his outside. So 6 cars, 8 laps. Everybody's feature racing tonight. Pace truck already in. We are ready to kick the tires, light the fires. It is time to go green flag racing. Garrett Boyd to the lead. I thought Silby was going to go ahead, cross him over, and take a peek, and he will down here in 3 and 4. Silby takes it down low, got that left front tire up on that transition, which is off camera to these guys, and Silby leads lap number 1. And he just keeps getting closer and closer. Tires in here tonight. They're up on the grass almost, so the tires are way in tonight. Battle is for second. Wayne Anelski trying to take the spot away from Boyd. Boyd up on top, and he does not have the bite out of 1 and 2. I think 3 and 4, the top side might be a little quicker. Right now, 1 and 2 looks like it is going to be on the bottom. Boyd's falling to third. Here comes Motley through the middle, and he is going to make a bid to take the spot. He'll have it down the backstretch, it looks like. Oh, maybe not. That time, Boyd got in and kind of pushed the door shut on him, and he wasn't able to hold it down on the bottom. And now David Krikorian is going to go way downstairs. They were almost 3 wide out in turns 1 and 2. Battle for the lead starting to close up, and Anelski is reeling in Silby. As you can see, Krikorian got around Boyd, so moving back to 5th. Silby up front, hanging on to this thing, but Anelski is all over him. 2 to go that time by. Down the backstretch, past the opening. Silby way up top. He has got that thing wound up. White flag in the air. Into the bottom in 1 and 2. Slider line for Craig Silby. Slider line again down 3 and 4. He holds it down a little bit. Short slider on that one. Silby wins heat 1. Anelski second. They'll go to the redraw. Motley, Krikorian, Boyd, and Vincent rounding things out. So 1 in the books. 2 more to go. 6 drivers scheduled to be in this one. This is how we'll line them up. It's going to be the 98 of Brett Wagoner on the pole, and on his outside, the Capital Securities, number 81 of Mike Gebhardt. Road to the inside, the Variax.com, number 49 of Bo Brandon. And on the outside of him, the Dirt Racing Network, number 20 of Brennan Rogers. Your third and final row on the inside, that'll be the Netcode Esports AlwaysRaceDay.com, number 71 of Josh Gerlach. And on his outside, the GoPro, number 93 of Reed Brochart. Pretty stacked little heat race here. You got a lot of drivers with a lot of potential to pick up a win in this heat. It's going to be tough passing right now. Brett Wagner on the throttle, green flag in the air. We are underway. Hello, Mr. Vinny. Both Mr. Vinnies. Oh, we got to recut. We got to fix that. That is an unbelievable sight every time it happens. Right now, it looks like Bo Brandon is going to squirt to the lead. Mike Gebhardt trying to fight him off on the outside. Just not quite enough there. When you got a bottom feeder like Brandon, he's so good at getting down there on the bottom and pedaling the car just right. It's going to be hard to get around him on the top unless the top is just way faster. And right now, it is not. So Brandon Gebhardt, Brendan Rogers finds himself in a weird place in one of these heat races. Started back in the pack and hasn't gotten to the lead in 2 laps. So that's kind of strange for Mr. Rogers. Doesn't look like it's his neighborhood tonight. At least not yet. We haven't gotten to the feature yet, so we will see. That is the aforementioned record-setting driver. 10 wins last season. That is a new record for the series in a single season. He gets around Gebhardt up to second. Move Gebhardt to third. Gerlach hanging on in fourth. Then a Wagner and a Brochart. And now we'll see. Coming around to take the 2 to go signal. Can Brandon hold off Rogers in the heat? That may give him a little confidence heading into the feature tonight. Big big run down the backstretch, and the door got shut. And I think Rogers may go after that again. I will, sir. Well, that'd be interesting. White flag, checkered flag now in the air, and it is Brennan Rogers. Second to Bo Brandon. Those drivers in the redraw: Gebhardt, Gerlach, Wagoner, and Brochart. Rounding out the field, we'll move to the third and final heat. And we're going to line them up like this. With the 55 of Steven Spies, the Gambler Motorsports entry, on pole. And on his outside, the CRD number 9 of Brady Shaw. Second row. On the inside, that's the 38, former champion in the series, Billy Barros. And on his outside, the 28, Bobby Yankee. And the final driver in the final heat, the Woodworth, number 88 of Riley Scott. So 5 drivers for this one. Again, the top 2 into the redraw. Pace truck, duck it on off, time to go green for our final heat race in session number 1. They'll have a short break with a little bit of warm-up, couple of minutes, and then we will get right to tonight's first feature. But Spies on the throttle. We've seen Spies in here before. Usually very quick. Don't know why he misses a lot of races, but he is a part-time driver here. And it's going to be tough. He's got a big gap already. They're going to be 3 wide coming out of turn number 4. They get it back to 2x2. With Barros holding off Yankee right there. Shaw back to the 4th spot. That is not over back there. I'm telling you, this is going to be some pretty hot racing back here at the back, and this one looks like. Spies looks like he's going to run away. He's got 0.8 of a second. Barros will try to reel him in. Yankee settled to 3rd. Now Shaw to 4th. Riley Scott in the 5th spot. Everybody still in the same straightaway. Steven Spies, 12:68 lap time. Still getting it around here. Plenty of grip left in the racetrack. 3 to go, the signal from the starter's stand. Over a second for Steven Spies. Billy Barros clearly into 2nd. Yankees holding down 3rd. Shaw still 4th, but Scott trying to creep in. Every spot you get now is a spot you don't have to get when you get to the feature. White flag coming out for Steven Spies. Gap has shortened a little bit. Was over a second, and now it is just under. Now it's down to 0.7. He may be on cruise control, saving a little for the feature, but he'll win Heat 3. He goes into the redraw, and he takes Billy Barros with him. Yankee was 3rd. Scott got around Shaw late. And Brady Shaw will wrap things up. Shaw, not a name that I am very familiar with here. Can't recall having seen him before, but new drivers are always welcome. I don't care what series it is. If you don't get new blood, at some point it dies. So it's always good to see new faces. So I'm going to get a message any moment. 3 or 4 minutes of the warm-up. Well, he caught me. That's hilarious. It's Steven Spies. It's not Steven Spies. And I was caught before I was caught. And I don't know how I feel about that. So, are you leaving, Troy? You can't leave. It's forbidden. Once you are here, you are to stay until we are finished. Adam, take care of that for me, buddy. See a lot of people on Facebook tonight. I don't see anybody over on YouTube, Twitch, or Trovo. Get over there, guys. At least say hi. Let me know you're there. Let me know this thing is streaming to all the platforms. Redraw has come in. Oh, my goodness. Look at that front row. Woo! We are going to have a fun one tonight, folks. I have the redraw already in my hands. If you are a Bo Brandon fan, you're going to be real happy. Enjoy the rest of this bladder's aside. Well, that's all right. Just, bucket, catheter, empty beer bottle, something. You got to stay. I mean, once you're here, you're forbidden from leaving. It's kind of been that way. I'm kind of greedy. I like my fans to stick around. Drivers out here, they want to work the bottom of the track a little bit because it is a little bottom dominant right now, and they'd like to spread this thing out. We can get the bottom to wear down a little bit. It'll make it at least a 2-lane, if not a 3-lane track for these cars here. And as you can see, there's Brendan Rogers and Bo Brandon down there really working the bottom. Several drivers in running on the bottom. Josh Gerlach probably taking that thing in because he wants to get ready to advance this session. YouTube on the TV. Aha, I got you. Okay. Yeah, it does give you a pretty good picture with YouTube on the TV. Facebook is, not TV friendly. Getting ready to advance any moment here. When we do advance, I will tell you that Sylvia Noski, Brandon Rogers, Spies, I'm going to start saying that right, Spies, and Barros were our redraw drivers. And it is a good draw. It looks like we had a really random kind of draw here because they are all kinds of mixed up. So, good draws for the drivers, that's for sure. Looks like it's about time for them to advance, and there goes the session. We're going to get ready to put our first 30-lap feature out. Drivers will start to grid out onto the front stretch here. And we'll show you the iRacing lineup. And I can tell you right now, those top 3 rows, that is not what they are going to look like. It is going to be the 49 of Bo Brandon on the pole and the 13 of Wayne Anelski to his outside. You'll have Brendan Rogers inside row number 2 next to Billy Barros. And row 3 will be Craig Silby inside and Steven Spies outside. Row 4 on back is correct and will stay this way. It's the 37 of Austin Motley and the 81 of Mike Gebhardt. The 5th row, Bobby Yankee and David Krikorian. Josh Gerlach and Riley Scott will make up a row number 6. Garrett Boyd and Brett Wagner in row 7. Brady Shaw, Kurt Vincent, row 8. And Reed Brochard will jump on the back and have row 9 all to himself. So a couple of quick laps here. They get everybody single file so they know their starting position. They know they're in the right spot. We'll take the green this time, pace a little bit. Then they'll double file them up, and your leader, your pole sitter, will have the honor of getting things started out of turn number 4. And I'll tell you,
green flag.
You guys are going to have fun trying to catch that guy because he was pretty good in his heat race, held off. Brendan Rogers and those two are going to start nose to tail. They're going to have Craig Silby on the inside of that 3rd row right there. And if the bottom still has much left in it, you'll see those 3 emerge, probably 1, 2, 3 in a couple of laps real quickly here. All right, they'll double file them up right here. We're going to get ready to go green out of turn number 4, 30 laps of green flag racing 4, feature number 1. When this one's over, don't go anywhere. We're going to play a little music. We're going to swap our thing around here and there. We got to do a quick download and a refresh. And then we're going to get to show number 2. But right now, it's time to go green flag racing. SimWrapMarket.com Mighty Midget Series. Brandon got him started. Rogers made a bid for the lead quickly. But this time he may be able to get there. Oh, Craig Silby clipped a tire. Caution on the speedway. Let's go down here. Let's go down here a little closer to that 7 car. Got down in there, clipped that tire right there, up and over. And Craig Silby, all kinds of trouble. So somebody send the medics down to the 7 trailer. Make sure that Craig is okay. He went right across Brendan Rogers' car, or Wayne Anelski's, one or the other, right across the front end of it. He was upside down. It's kind of like that scene in Top Gun where they were inverted. I wonder if they flipped each other off on the way by. Just curious. These guys are all a little more classy than that, I think. All right, lights off on our pace vehicle. He'll duck into the infield. And Bo Brennan will get us restarted. Wayne Anelski's second, Rogers, Barros, and Speece. Green flag back in the air. Off the bottom, Brandon got a good launch. Rogers trying to work alongside Anelski, and I think he's got it right now. I can tell you this, if Mr. Brandon keeps making mistakes, and he did. He left the door open. You can't leave the door open for the driver in the 20 car. Brandon Rogers taking over the lead. Just 2 or 3 laps into this one. Caution once again. I am not even sure who this caution is for. Let's see if it's David Krikorin. That's the only red mark I've got showing right now. He's right behind Bobby Yonke. He's right in front of Josh Gerlach. Down in the corner, he got down low, Oh, yeah, look, contact there. There's your caution. Right there. He was trying to get it going again and keep the green flag out, but when you're 360 in front of company, this ain't dancing, and you can't do that here. So. All right, single file back up this time. Rogers and Anelski, Brandon, 1, 2, 3 for the restart. Rogers down off the hill, green flag back in the air. Anelski's got the top rolling. Bo Brandon trying to work the bottom. He's just leaving that door open just a little too wide on the very bottom. That time, all 4 wheels off the ground. As he launched off the berm, caution, I think, was coming out again right here. I saw a couple of cars go sideways. Barros and Gephardt, I think, were the first 2 I saw. Oh, no, Motley and Speece touched. Then Barros got in. That's what I saw. And Gephardt came in late. So. Short track racing. Everything happens quick. It's in confined spaces. And one mistake leads to something big every single time. So we'll slow things down. Caution number 3. We have completed all of 6 laps. Rough start for the boys tonight. Still Rogers, Anelski, Brandon, Speece, Barros, the top 5. Green flag once again in the air. Fanning out pretty good all around right now. Battle right here, 3 wide, getting into turns 1 and 2. Gerlach was on the bottom, Yonke was in the middle, Boyd was on the top. And Josh Gerlach finding grip off the bottom, got that car off the wheels, and boy, he had to really jump off the gas right there and get that thing back under control. It was bouncing around like a pogo stick. That's going to let Garrett Boyd take that 7th spot over. But right now, New paint, same speed. And he's working the bottom, the middle pretty well. Bo Brandon trying to follow in them tire tracks. I'll tell you, Wayne Danelski put up a pretty good fight. Not only to still car backwards down in turn number 2. I think it was Spies. I think you're going to see the 55 car get sideways in turns 1 and 2 here, right in front of Barros. Oh, you got a little help from Barros. That's what happened. Got in there, the right front to the left rear. So quick cloud of dust, and then we'll let that settle. Good news is it's not clouding up the camera view. Rogers, Brannon, Anelski, Barros, Scott, Boyd, Yonke, Gerlach, Krikorian, and Vincent are the top 10 right now as we get ready to go back to green.
Green flag.
On the restart. This time. Oh no! Bo Brannon! Caution! Bo Brannon trying to get down there very quickly. And he is going to catch the... I don't know if he caught a tire or if he just got the brakes a little too hard right here. Nope. Left front clipped the tire. He got just a touch too close. So that'll put Mr. Brannon from the front to the back, and that'll move things around. Rogers, Anelski, Barros, Scott, Boyd, the top 5. Yonke, Gerlach, Krikorian, Vincent, Wagner, Brochart, Shaw, Spies, Gebhard, and then Sylvia Motley off track right now. Going back to green one more time. Good launch for Rogers. Man, he is able to get that car to come down the hill, just kind of squat down and launch on these restarts. Fanning out pretty good. Trying to make it 2 and 3 wide. David Krikorian right on the bottom. He's trying to take 5th away from Yonke right now. Got it in there. Man, he gets that thing to rotate quickly and almost gets it in a straight line before the car is fully set. He is trying to power up and get off of the corners. He's going after Riley Scott already. Looking at Anelski, because Anelski had thoughts of taking the spot back from Barros, but right now, this battle right here, Krikorian and Riley side by side, Yonke right in the mix. And Krikorian, big mistake there, got the car to rotate a little too early in 1 and 2 and had to wait on it, and it cost him. This time, a lot better angle. He is going to get a good run down the backstretch. Excuse me. He'll have the spot this time by. Krikorian was 4th. Rogers, foregone. He is 1.3 seconds ahead, making 1.4 now. Barros got around Anelski, and he's starting to stretch away. And Wayne going to have to pick up the pace because he's got 3 guys closing in. Krikorian, Scott, and Yonke. There, Rogers. Into 3 and 4. Little slider line action. 9 laps to go that time by. Now goes to the top side. Ooh, he got the car set really early there. Had a long drive. He's going to make the straightaway super long doing that. He gets this thing up here in 1 and 2, gets it set right there, and now it's a straight line to get off the exit. He is making the backstretch so long, and it is really short at this track. 7 to go for your leader, and he is out over 2 seconds. Barros still second. Anelski. Now Krikorian and Riley still going at it. David Krikorian, Riley Scott. It may not be over just yet. Brandon Rogers isn't going to get into lap traffic, I don't think. Shaw is back there, but I think the laps will tick off before he can do that. 2 1/4 seconds now. As the wave lap was the last time by, now we're down to 4 to go. Brendan Rogers just running away with this thing. Barros is second, Anelski, and Anelski's got company now for that final podium spot. Running the line, he runs it a little bit wider and longer than Rogers does, but he's running that same line in 1 and 2. 2 to go for Rogers, and he's already into 1 and 2. We're watching the battle for the final podium spot here in the first feature. Brendan Rogers going to be coming out of turn number 4. White flag in hand for the starter. And Rogers over 3 seconds now. So he's into 3 and 4 for the final time. Brendan Rogers picks up where he left off last season. He wins round number 1 here tonight for the Summer Sizzler. Barros into second, and Anelski squeezes by 5 1/100ths. Into the third and the final spot. We'll get the boys around here on our front stretch, and we'll start dragging drivers into our waiting room. Barros is there. Rogers is there. Wayne Anelski, we are waiting for him to join the chat. That is all. Krikorian was 4th and Riley Scott was 5th. Those two battled real hard to the very end. There's Wayne Anelski. Let's get him in here and talk to the driver that finishes 3rd tonight in feature number 1. Wayne Anelski. Pretty good run, my friend. You had a lot of company.
Yeah, it was good track. You know, great racing, great start to the season.
Yeah, it looks like guys were able to move around, and you had company both inside and outside at different times. Billy Barros finally scooted right by you there.
Yeah, we were looking good. Bo hit the tire, and I was feeling pretty confident I was going to hold second. And then Billy just, you know, he's so good, so fast. Scooted right by me.
All right, well, what can we expect in session number 2? Because we know things are going to change because we've already run the track quite a bit. So adjustments need to be made?
I don't know. Just hope for another top 3 at least.
All right, man, a couple shout-outs and thank yous, and we'll let you head for session 2.
Just thank you to Josh. Thank you, Roger, for broadcasting. And, yeah.
All right, man. Well, thanks for chatting with us. Congrats on a great run. Hopefully we get a chance to talk to you at the end of the second session.
Yep. Have a good one.
That is Wayne Anelski. He finishes in 3rd. And now he gave a lot of chase, just maybe too little too late when he got past Anelski for 2nd. But Billy Barros, 2nd place tonight to start things off. You can't hang your head too far.
No, not at all. Always happy to be up here talking to you, Roger. So, yeah, thanks. Had nothing for Brennan tonight, and great job. You walked away from everybody yet again. And also congratulations to Wayne on getting 3rd there. I know that's a popular podium, so pretty cool to see him up here too.
Yeah, always fun to see guys that maybe aren't regulars on the podium get podium spots. But you know, we're used to talking to you up here, maybe not as much last season as in seasons past, and you know, getting to start off the summer Sizzlers with a good podium here, a little bit of change of fortune, possibly.
Yeah, definitely. I felt I had a lot of good luck already tonight. I drove head first into both of the first 2 crashing cars and still held on to my spot somehow. And feel sorry for Steven. He and I came together going into the turn there. He just didn't realize I was underneath him, but we talked that one out, so it's all good. But yeah, hopefully you can keep this momentum going and yeah, do well through the summer.
All right, man. Give me a couple shout-outs, some thank yous. We'll let you head over to session 2 and figure out what that track is going to do.
Yeah, thank you as always, Roger, for covering the stream. Always love going and watching those back. And thanks to Josh and Robert for putting these things together and inviting me to be a part of it after a couple of years. It's been a lot of fun getting to help out the little bit that I have so far. And thanks to Simrap Market for generously sponsoring the series.
All right, man. Thanks for chatting with us. Congrats on a good run. Hopefully we get to talk to you after the second session, my friend.
All right, thanks, Roger.
Billy Barros finishing in the second spot, and now he kind of picked up where he left off last season, but we're going to give all the credit in the world to that decal that is on the right side of that car to making him as fast as he was here tonight to start things off. But Brendan Rogers, another runaway victory.
Yeah, I don't know if it was runaway. I know Bo was on me for a bit there. I was worried. I knew as the track slicked off, he was going to just get better. So I was kind of disappointed when he hit the tire. I was kind of hoping for a good race with him, good battle. I knew he'd be able to hit the bottom better than I could. So I was worried I was going to have to run that not so good top line. But yeah, the track surface was strange. I was kind of searching there at the end. Didn't feel like I needed to, but just kind of wanted to try some stuff, see what would work for the second race, and found some stuff, but it just, I don't know, it felt weird. So I just kind of stuck to what I knew would probably work, which is, lower bottom. But yeah, no, I have to thank you, of course, for coming on board with Dirt Racing Network. That means a lot to be able to represent you guys and the good work you guys do. So, and of course, Indy Sports, all the boys over there watching, and I think my dad's tuned in tonight. So, yeah, overall, not too upset to get the night started with a win.
All right, man. So they're going to do a little bit different setup with the track in the next one. Is that going to change your strategy going in at all?
I'm going to plan on it not changing my strategy until proven otherwise. I'll let some other guys see if anything else works. There's just not a whole lot you can do around here right now. Just the way it's the way the track is. I mean, you can go on for an hour about kind of what's going on with it, but I just don't know if the track is conducive for a competitive top line versus the bottom line and mid right now. No matter what Josh does with track state or what we do wearing it in, so we'll see. I mean, I'm going to try the top. I was trying to enter high into one and shoot it down the backstretch. That line's just more fun to me. If I'm slower, I'm slower, but we're going to try and get to the front and have a good battle at least.
All right, man. Well, congrats on winning round one. We'll see if you can sweep again and keep that kind of going, because we went for so long without one, and then you came in and, man, I don't know, we just had sweep after sweep. So we'll look forward to seeing what you can do in session 2, my friend. Keep all 4 wheels on the track, okay?
I promise at least 3.
All right. Brendan Rogers picking up the win in session number 1. Guy is just so fast, and I don't know. He's just a winner. That's just all there is to it. So let's take a quick look at our results. Rogers, Barros, and Anelski, 1, 2, 3. Krikorian 4th. Scott 5th. Brennan, nice recovery. Running second, clips a tire, goes back to about 14th. By the end of it, he worked his way back to 6th. Bobby Yonke 7th. Gerlach was 8th. Wagoner 9th. Boyd 10th. Spiess in 11th. Brochart 12th. Vincent 13th. Gebhardt 14th. Shaw 15th. 16th was Craig Silby. Bad start to the night for him, but he, I'm sure, will recover from that, and we'll see something from him in session 2. And then Austin Motley rounded things out. So that is session number 1. We are going to not stop the stream. We're going to play a little music. I have got to adjust the overlays, make a download, and I did not see it before we started tonight. It would have already been done. But we are going to put up our beautiful logo. We're going to give you a little bit of tunes to listen to. We will be back very shortly for session number 2. Totally different format for session number 2.
Wake up in the morning about 12 p.m. Too much Jack and too much Jim. My head's still pounding like a big bass drum. I'm reaching over for an action, but they're already gone. Another crazy night in this cowboy's life. 'Cause I do what I wanna, do what I please, and all the bartenders let me drink for free. Everybody knows my name, and to me, it's just a game. Well, I get on stage and give the fans my heart, singing every night in a local bar. Sometimes it's easy, sometimes it's hard. Today in the life of a hillbilly rock star. there's a lot I learned. And everything I got, I worked hard to earn. I give it all up because I love my fans. But if you don't like me, well, I don't give a damn. It ain't hard to see why people want to live like me. It's cause I do what I want, I do what I please. And all the bartenders let me drink for free. Everybody knows my name, and to me, you know it's just a game. Well, I get on stage and give the fans my heart, sing it every night in a local bar. Sometimes it's easy, sometimes it's hard. It's a day in the life of a hillbilly rock star. Roll into town, got a country swagger, keep the music turned up and got blues like Haggard. You can find us hanging out every night. It's a little bucked up, but we're all alright. Don't hurt to drink. Hey, let me hear you sing that I do what I want, do what I please, and all the bartenders let me drink for free. Everybody knows my name, and to me, you know it's just a game. Well, I get on stage and give the fans my heart, cause thanks to them, I'm a big old star. Sometimes it's easy, sometimes it's hard. It's a day in the life of a hillbilly rock star. Hillbilly rock star. Here's your chance to live.
All right, looks like we are back. Sorry about the screen there, but I didn't realize it was going to restart itself. All right, couple of minutes left here. Everything should be back to normal. It looks like our stream is pretty good now. So, notified race control that we are about ready. They'll advance the session, get us going. Session 2, a little different than Session 1. If you're not familiar, they will qualify. The top 6 in qualifying are locked into the front 3 rows. We will fully invert those front 3 rows. Everybody else will go through the last chance qualifier. All 17 drivers will make the field. But in that LCQ, they will race for their final starting spots in the 30-lap A main, starting with the inside of row number 4. Winner gets that spot, and then so on and so forth, all the way to the back. Fun format. The drivers really like it. It's made for some very good racing, some very competitive fields in the LCQ. It's made for one driver not being able to dominate starting on the front row every single time and running away with them. So I do believe that the hot shoe still works for the Summer Sizzler, if I remember right. These guys, Brendan Rogers sweeps tonight. The next Summer Sizzler, feature A, he would have to start last in the feature. So we'll see if he can do it. All right, it's about time for him to advance the session here. That means we'll put the drivers out there. They're getting a good workout on the track right now, man. I can see that bottom is really kind of getting ironed out nice and smooth and wide. There's a slick groove getting into 1, a slick groove getting into 3. I think we may have a top and bottom track for feature number 2. That'll make this a whole lot of fun. Now, qualifying, we'll watch as many cars as we can, probably 3 or 4, because they get around here so fast, and everybody rolls out together. Austin Motley, the first car to make it out. Different paint on the car. Rolled out a new car for Session 2. He was the metallic red in the first one. He is gray and blue and all kinds of colors. On the clock with the first lap. Austin Motley. We'll see who the top 6 are. Man, that'll shuffle. Top 2 or 3 will probably set pretty quick, and then everybody else underneath that will shuffle. And the bubble car will always be that 6th place car. Motley, 12:51. I can tell you that's going to be a little off pace. Here is the guy that we expect to see go to the top. Bo Brandon, 12:42. Anelski, 12:44. Wagoner, 12:45. Rogers. Oh, man, a full 10th. 12:36 for Brendan Rogers. Bubble car, Austin Motley. Now Craig Silby up to 5th, moves Motley to the bubble. Rogers still on top, Brendan 2nd, Anelski 3rd, Wagner, Silby, and Motley. Josh Gerlach finishing his up. Gebhardt, Spiess out of 4 across the line, move him to 9th on lap 1. We'll see if he can improve right now. Austin Motley. Car on the bubble. First out and he could be the first out. Not going to get it done. Spieth slows down on lap 2 by almost a tenth. So your top 6, Rogers, Brannon, Anelski, Wagner, Silby, and Motley. And by virtue of qualifying 6th, Austin Motley will be your pole sitter for tonight's A-Main. Silby on the outside of that front row, and then Wagner and Anelski in row 2. And the two guys that seem to be going at each other the first half of the season, back and forth and back and forth. In 2024B, Bo Brannon and Brendan Rogers, they will start row 3 inside and out respectively. So that's all finished. It'll be time for the LCQ. Everybody 7th on back in that qualifying. You're going to see 11 cars. And where they finish in this race is where they will start from row 4, from the 7th starting position, on back in the field for feature number 2. We're just waiting on that session to end. Get ready to go for this second show here tonight. No shows again till Monday, and man, I am so happy. Zach Krieger is going to be covering Monday Night Thunder over with the Mars and Dirt Slingers guys. Mars guys will have the pavement street stocks out to open up their season in that alternating format with the Dirt Slingers UMP series, and then the second show on Monday night, the Dirt Slingers Camus Racing Simulators Big Block Modifieds. And Zach Krieger stepping up. That guy's got loyalty. He gets all the respect for doing that. But let's take a look at the starting lineup for our LCQ. It'll be David Krikorian on pole with Riley Scott on his outside. Steven Spieth. Row 2 to the inside next to Billy Barros. Josh Gerlach and Reed Brochard in row 3. Garrett Boyd, Bobby Yankee, row 4. Kurt Vincent and Brady Shaw, your 5th row and the final starter in the LCQ. Everybody's transferring, but it's still Kepper in the 81. Apparently the update doesn't fix that, whatever it is. So, green flag out. LCQ, guys, just racing for the starting position, and some of the guys, they didn't qualify very well, and they could use the laps on this track, maybe figure out where the groove is, and at least give themselves a fighting chance at the beginning of the feature. Krikorian, 0.6 of a second out in front. Spieth works around Riley Scott, and those two with a tiny bit of contact getting into 3, and it didn't slow Riley Scott down one bit. He drove around the outside and just drove around Spieth for the time being. 1 and 2 is still looking really good on the bottom. 3 and 4 middle to the top. There was a shot in the pants. Spieth to second. Scott to third. Gerlach's fourth. Boyd is fifth. Here comes Kurt Vincent. Working around Billy Barros right there. 3 wide. Barros on the bottom. Vincent was in the middle. They had to pedal the cars to stay off each other, and that let Yankee get away. We're going to go to the battle that is now raging for the 3rd spot here. If they're not careful, it'll be a 3-car battle in a moment, because Garrett Boyd is right on the heels of this side-by-side battle between Riley Scott and Josh Gerlach. Gerlach with the beautiful crossover down the front stretch. And Scott takes him right back, getting into 3 and 4. Riley's got the spot. Krikorian, 1.4 second. Spieth in the second. Scott is third in closing. I think he'll run out of real estate before we get a chance to get a pass for that second spot. Gerlach still fourth. Boyd's fifth. Vincent sixth. Barros, Yankee, Shaw, Brochart, and Gebhardt. David Krikorian found something here in this second session. Looking very strong right now as he sees the 2 to go signal, and he is cutting lap times equal to those at the end of the feature in session 1. White flag, 2 seconds ahead. David Krikorian looks to easily pick up the win here in the LCQ. And he will start P7 in tonight's 30-lap A main. Spieth in second. Scott, Gerlach, Boyd, Vincent, Barrow, Shaw, all nose to tail. And then a little gap back to Brochart, Gebhard, and Yonke. So, preliminary action in the books for the night. We have one 30-lap A main left. These guys will have a couple of minutes of warm-up here. Officially, we'll get it announced as soon as they let us know. But we know what the invert is. Top 6, and they are 100% inverted. Hope you're all enjoying the show. Don't forget your likes, your shares, your follows, and hit the subscribe button on YouTube, Trovo, and Twitch. Haven't seen anybody on Twitch tonight. No, we've got a couple of YouTube watchers. 2 minutes officially, and we will get going here. So, let's give us a little somebody to follow, maybe. We're going to see if that driver right there in the 7 car can have a better second show than he did in the first. Woo. Couple 3 laps into it, clips a tire down in turn 3, flips the car right over the top. And I don't remember whose car it was. I want to say it might have been Brendan Rogers' car. Flipped it right across the top of that car. Didn't disturb him much at all, but he was done. So Silby looking to rebound and have a way better second show than he did in the first. Session should advance here momentarily, and we will get ready to get our 30-lap feature going. And Bo Brown and Garrett Boyd right there. All right, it is that time. Final race of the evening. Let's get ready to go trackside. And show you the starting lineup for tonight's final 30-lap A main. It will be Austin Motley on the pole with Craig Silby on his outside. Brett Wagoner, row 2 to the inside with Wayne Anelski on his outside. And then Bo Brandon in the 49 and Brendan Rogers in the 20 making up row 3. Row 4, you saw him from that LCQ, David Krikorian. He starts inside, Steven Spieth on the outside. The 5th row is Riley Scott inside, Josh Gerlach outside. Then Garrett Boyd on the inside of row number 6 next to Kurt Vincent. And Billy Barros and Brady Shaw in row 7. Reed Brochart, row 8 next to Mike Gebhart. And tail end Charlie tonight for feature number 2. That's going to be Bobby Yonke. So we're going to roll them off. All 17 drivers rolling away. We'll take a big parade lap, and then the next time we come out of turn 4, Austin Motley will get things going. We'll see how long it takes Bo Brandon and Brendan Rogers to catch Craig Silby, who's starting up front. We'll see if Mr. Motley can grab that lead and at least hold on to it for a while, or maybe hold these guys off for the entire 30 laps. That would be quite a challenge. Anelski is up there, and he was fast in session 1, so if he can get to the lead, He might be able to hold them off, but it is time to go green. Feature number 2 for the simwrapmarket.com. Mighty Midgets underway. Fairbury Speedway. Motley grabbed the lead. Wagner jumped to second, but here comes Bo Brandon around the bottom. Takes that spot away, make him second. On the top, Craig Silvey is trying to rip the lip. I don't know if there's much up there just yet. It'll probably come in a little bit, but right now, that's not the spot to be. There goes Silvey up and over again. I think he's going to keep it on all fours and keep going, but Craig Silvey and Fall Speedway not getting along at all tonight. He had a win here the last time we came. Tonight doesn't look like it's his night at all. Motley still holding the lead. Here comes Rogers. Here comes Brandon. They're side by side fighting, scratching, clawing, looking for anything they can get. Now Brandon Rogers surges ahead. Brandon third. Wagner and Krikorian battling over fourth, and Krikorian's got it. Here comes Spieth on the high side. He's going to take a spot, and Nelski trying to fight back. Lost a few spots on the start. Now goes around to Wagner, move him up to sixth. Josh Gerlach up on the top, and Gerlach's found something around the alley. Well, I say that, and then he kills the fence. But he's found something up on the top here. He's got the 71 car wound up and going. Garrett Boyd now going to try that tactic. And Boyd following Gerlach to the top, trying to follow him through traffic. Brendan Rogers, 9/10 of a second out over Bo Brandon. We'll see if Brandon remembers that second tire there going into turns 1 and 2 and keeps the left front away from him. He is getting dangerously close down in 3 and 4 though. Little wider line, doing the cut down. He is doing exactly what Rogers is doing. I was going to ask him about that in the post race of race number 1, about that interesting line that Brendan Rogers runs in 1 and 2. Sets the car right there, long straightaway down the backstretch. Nobody else is doing that, but Bo Brandon is definitely giving it a go. Now he's going to go back to catfish in the bottom. Austin Motley right there in the middle, still hanging on to third, but here comes Josh Gerlach. Gerlach, a win the last time we were here. That was back about 3 months ago. Almost 3 months to the day. Now he shoots by Motley. Put Gerlach to third momentarily. Can he hang on to it out of 4? At the line it was Motley. I think this time Gerlach, if he gets that same run down the backstretch, he should clear. Motley's got that shorter line around, and there's just enough grip right there. Pretty good battle for third. Pretty good battle behind that. Krikorian, Spieth, Boyd, and Nelski all battling over the 4th spot. I'm sorry to make that the 5th spot, as now Motley has started to get away from this battle, and this is for 5th. Nelski's in it. Here comes Craig Silvey once again. Back up to second. Nearly 3 seconds behind the leader. The battle is going to be for the 2nd and 3rd spots, as Josh Gerlach now has reeled in Bo Brandon, and we get a caution for Spieth. The 55 car have an issue. He and Nelski are really tight right there. He's in an open spot now. Oh, clips the fence. Car out of shape. Yeah, he was out of shape. Slowed way down, and Craig Silvey really didn't have anywhere to go, and he just bumps him and turns him the rest of the way around. So this feature clicking off quickly. We are already down to 12 laps to go. Three seconds erased. Rogers, Brandon, Gerlach, Motley, Boyd, the top 5, Krikorian, Nelski, Silvey, Wagner, and Barros, the rest of the top 10. Everybody still on the track. Everybody still on the lead lap. Brandon Brandon Rogers will get right up here to this orange block on the outside, cut the car down, accelerate, and man, does he get a good start every single time. His little cut down line right there, he rolls right back by Brandon. Gerlach off the top side goes by Bo Brennan. I think that surprised Brandon, messed up his rhythm, and he really missed turn 3. Josh Gerlach off the top side, taking the spot away. He may be the car that has something for the leader right here. He just needs to close that 0.8 of a second gap. And we are cautioned one more time. Brett Wagoner in the 88 car is going to have issues. That's out of turn 2, down the backstretch. Things look pretty good there. Look pretty good. Oh, no, I could see that coming. That car set a little early. And, yeah, that is a Tommy tip over, but I'll tell you what. That could have been a lot worse. He could have caught a couple other cars, and that would have been disastrous for somebody behind him. So, we'll end caution 2. Rogers Gerlach, Brandon Motley, Krikorian, as we get ready to go back to green. And Josh Gerlach has something going on the top. Can he stay on the restart with Brandon Rogers? And he has done no better a job than anybody else. He may be a little closer, and that time Rogers cuts down early. Gerlach tries to keep it wound up and stays out wide. Down the middle of 3 and 4, and he is as close as anybody has been. Oh, he got through there. Rogers tried to set the car, and Gerlach was going by on the top side, and he just barely clipped him. Oh, boy. Rogers was running that line that he likes so much. And he went into the corner, got the car right in the center, and Gerlach had a huge run through the middle right there. And Rogers still had the tail tank stuck in the air up there. And that line had been working, but Gerlach was as close to him as anyone had been all night long. And now we're going to have the 7 to go signal as Josh Gerlach will get us restarted. And now Bo Brandon really close. And Brandon saw what Gerlach was doing, and he is going to go up there and try to do the same. Into the middle. Here comes Craig Silby with a real big run down into 3 and 4. Move Silby up to 3rd. He got around Krikorian with a giant slider into 3 and 4. Will he do it again here to Bo Brandon? Yes, he will. Craig Silby now on the hunt. Silby in low, slides to the middle. Gerlach's got it wound up on the top. 4 laps to go this time by Brandon and Silby. Almost touching one another in that slider line, working for Silby momentarily. Oh, he and Bo Brandon, they're going to keep it going. My goodness, what a piece of driving by both drivers. Brandon low, Silby trying to keep the door closed. Hard nose racing, little contact. Silby in on the bottom. Can he bite off the corner? Good run for him. Here comes Garrett Boyd. Boyd in the hunt. He's going after Brandon. Krikorian off the top side going after Boyd. White flag coming out this time. Gerlach out front. Silby second. The battles for 3rd. Who's going to come home on the podium? Boyd down the back. 3 wide into 3 for the final podium spot. Gerlach's going to win it. Silby second off the top side. Brandon hangs on for 3rd. Krikorian and Boyd 4 and 5, and they were 3 wide right there. That was a lot of fun to watch at the end. Oops, I grabbed the wrong driver. Never mind. I did. I grabbed the wrong driver. 100% my fault. We're waiting on Craig Silby here, but we don't have to wait to talk to a driver. We can get this guy in here. He fought so hard, and he had what I am going to call the save of the night. Driver of the 49 car, Bo Brennan, third in feature number 2, and that was that exciting from the cockpit as it was from up here?
Yeah, I definitely did not mean to get into Craig like that. I can't believe we both didn't wreck. You know, it was a lot of contact, and I mean, I don't know how squarely he got, but it was, I was trying to cut under him, but then he kind of came back down into the middle, so definitely incidental. I'm never going to try to run somebody over like that, so apologies to him. I'm just glad we were able to keep it green and keep it going, and we weren't worse for the wear. Yeah, kind of a tough night. I don't know if it was the track state or the car or what, I just didn't feel comfortable really at any point at all tonight. First or second race, it just felt weird, just felt off. A little disappointed. I thought I could come home with a couple podiums tonight at least, and maybe a win, but I guess I'll have to settle for third and a sixth or something, so yeah.
Well, it's an interesting place to race anyway, and watching you guys get down there so low and so close, I just kind of figured it was inevitable that in the first race somebody was going to clip a tire. Did not think it would necessarily be you, but you just kept getting closer and closer and closer. And then early in the feature on this one, we watched you get really close down in turn 3. Did that pass through your mind and make you change the way you were driving?
A little, but I mean, I'm obviously thinking about it, but it's not gonna necessarily change the way I'm driving. For maybe that's ignorance or stupidity, I'm not sure, maybe a little bit of both, but man, I just spent the whole night searching. So, you know, I'd search the tip very bottom, search the top. I just never could find the drive that I was hoping to find anywhere, and it just didn't feel like the car could get through the bumps very well for me. So I'm not sure. I'm gonna take it back to the lab and do some research and figure out what exactly I could do better or differently to get the car to get a little bit more bite. So props to Craig and Josh. They drove a heck of a great race. Man, that I got to see the replay of that contact with Craig. Definitely incidental, but man, that was probably pretty wild to see.
Well, an awesome race, man. Give me some shout-outs before we let you get out of here right now.
Yeah, Veryx.com for all your e-commerce needs. Mighty Good Marketing. I'd like to thank my wife, my parents, you, Roger, Josh, Billy, and Robert.
All right, man. Thanks for chatting with us. Congrats on a great second run, and we'll look forward to seeing you in a couple weeks.
Thanks, Roger.
Bo Brandon finishing in the third spot, and now we'll move on to the driver in that green machine. Man, he had to fight through some serious adversity all night long. The first race, complete throwaway. Second race, mistake early, drop to the back. And then you get up near the front, and you and Bo Brandon, both of you, amazing job saving both cars, but you didn't even slow down. Did you even take your foot off the gas?
I don't know, Roger, can you hear me?
I got you, buddy.
Oh, sorry, mate. Yeah, something's going on with my mic. Yeah, I was just saying to Josh before. I don't know whether it's this green color or what's going on, but yeah, I'm making some pretty massive mistakes and having to work hard to come and recover from those.
Yeah, no kidding. When you and Bo got together, did you think that might be it? I mean, both of you guys get super sideways. I don't know how you guys save those things.
Oh, mate, I have no idea. I'm looking forward to watching the replay. I was just hanging on and hoping we were pointing in the right direction, and it ended up at the turn with, we were all gathered up and we were just game on.
Well, from race 1 to race 2, massive turnaround. We know you had the big problem, and I don't really know. Did you clipped the tire getting into turn 3, and when you flipped across the top of Roger's car there, did you guys have the Top Gun moment?
Oh man, I felt so bad. I that was really unusual. Like I cut down and I gassed it up to just get come up underneath him there, and it just turned hard left on me. There was just obviously way more grip than I had allowed for, and it just turned me straight into the tire, and I was launching into space. I felt so bad. Sorry for that.
Well, an awesome recovery, man. Second place in the second show, and it's going to, probably even things out for you in the Iron Man. And I know that's a season or a year-long deal, not a season-long deal. But those drop races, that first race, definitely this one's going to have to be a drop for you.
Oh, right. Okay. Yep. I'm just going race by race. Like looking at the championship, it's all about that blue 20 car, I think. So we're all chasing him for second. So I'm just enjoying racing, and I wish I actually sandbagged the qualifying then, so I got to have another race. But I'll have to think about that for next time.
All right, man. Well, that's not what we expected to hear out of you right there, but it is food for thought. Give me some shout-outs and thank yous. We'll let you get out of here after a really good second show tonight.
Oh, thanks very much, Roger. Thanks to Netcode Esports and the SimRap market for putting this show together for us all, and all the competitors for showing up. And we've got a few new guys. Hopefully they're getting a bit of a taste of what this is all about. Thanks to the Digital Sim Sports Network and the Dirt Racing Network for putting this out for the world to see. And let's bring on next week. Hopefully I can make a few less mistakes and make a race of it.
All right, man. Well, it's 2 weeks, and it's at Kokomo, so there you go. Now you know where you're going. You know how long you got. So hopefully we'll see an improved Kiwi Conqueror when we come back.
Thanks a lot, Roger.
Thank you, buddy. Craig Silvey finishing in second, and now he got a race in March, and it seems like if we come here and do 2, he's got to get 1. Josh Gerlach, you found something in the second show.
Definitely did. I actually found it in the first one. I was just telling Bo, but I mean, first off, I want to win and I want to beat that 20 car, but that is not the fashion I want to do it. Apologies to Brennan for kind of running. We were running 2 different lines, and as you probably saw, I was really making my speed up top, ripping the whip in 1 and 2, and he was cutting it down, and I was worried that was going to happen, and I don't know if it was netcode or if I just barely got that bumper, but don't like to win them that way, but like you said, I seem to get one here every time we come here anymore, and I'll definitely take it.
Yeah, it looked like he had been running that cut down line even from the first show, and when the car sets every time for him up there, it kind of has a little bit of a pause, and it looked to me like you just had a massive run, and his tail tank was just kind of hanging out there a little bit longer than your run would allow, and you just barely clipped the push bar on the back. And even watching it live, you could tell it wasn't intentional, but obviously you feel bad about it. But a win is a win is a win, right?
It is, and it's always want to try to set a good example, and we've got a good group of guys here, so hopefully Brennan understands that it wasn't intentional, because it definitely was not. But yeah, man, I found something in that second or the first race up top, especially in 1 and 2, and you had a lot of guys that were running on the bottom just because that's where the grip was, and I suck at qualifying anymore, so I buried myself, and I had to go where they weren't, and that line kept working, and then they would throw the crumbs up for me in 3 and 4 to run the middle, and just kind of kept ripping and had a good one.
Well, we kind of showcased it at the beginning that you and Craig Silvey split the shows here last time, and Craig was right on your heels. He was closing in.
You can always count on that 7 being in contention. I thought I saw him flying through the air in the beginning of that race, and then the next thing I know, here comes that green car by me again. I'm like, where the heck did he come from? But I mean, it's like I said, I don't like to win them that way, but anytime you can win with this group, man, I will take it, because it is tough. They make you earn it every single night.
Well, an awesome run, man. Give me some shout-outs, and we'll let you get out of here tonight.
I appreciate it, Roger. I just want to thank everybody for showing up. This was one of our bigger car counts than we've had in a while, and it's kind of a part-time series here for the summer. So want to thank everybody for showing up. Big thanks to Always Race Day. Follow Always Race Day on social media, and alwaysraceday.com, Ethanol Moonshine, Netcode Brand, and Victory Fuel. And, of course, Roger Wagner and the Dirt Racing Network for putting this out into the interwebs for us.
Well, if we're going to get car counts like that, maybe it needs to be a little more part and a lot less time.
Well, we got to take breaks sometimes, man. This Ironman series, I think we're going to run 70 races or something this year, so we got to have a little bit of a break. But yeah,
those are rookie numbers. You got to pump those up, my friend.
Hey, I'll take great racing over car count any day, and when we can get great racing and good car counts, I'm a happy admin.
I'm with you, brother. Congrats on the win, and I look forward to seeing you in a couple weeks at Kokomo.
Thanks, brother. Appreciate it.
Josh Gerlach getting the win in session number 2. And I'll tell you, he was very, very fast the whole time. We showcased that a little. Whoops, wrong one. We showcased that while he was making his way up there, that he had found something running that high line, and it was really working for him. Results are that Gerlach, Sylvie, and Brandon were 1, 2, 3. Kokorian with a nice run in 4th. Garrett Boyd, good recovery from round 1. He was about 11th or 12th in round 1. He finishes 5th. And he was right there in that battle with Kokorian and Anelski. And I think he was kind of the odd man stuck in the middle, kind of that sucker hole. And he got passed by David Kokorian on the bottom right there, coming out of the 4 to head back for the checkers. Anelski was 6th. Rogers 7th. The spin, you heard Gerlach say, completely unintentional. They were battling for the lead. And he makes a nice recovery coming from about 13th or 14th up to 7th before it was over with only a handful of laps left. Yonke in 8th, Motley 9th, Barros 10th, Riley Scott was 11th, Brochart 12th, 13th to Spies, Gebhardt 14th, Shaw 15th, Vincent was 16th, and Wagner finishes in 17th. Great car count, fun show, great racing. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I know I did. We will be back Monday night, and it will be Zach Krieger on the call. Come in, give Zach some love. He doesn't do it very often anymore, and I'm super, super happy that kid has enough loyalty to come back and do his show for me in an emergency situation. So then I'll be back on Tuesday, and I think we're off next Thursday. These guys skip a week, so we definitely have Monday and Tuesday shows for you next week. Be sure to come out and support those guys. Say hi in the chat. We want to thank you guys for being here. Without you, there's no reason for us to do this. With all the great leagues giving us the racing like you saw this evening, there's nothing for us to cover. Thank you to everybody, both sides of that coin. Till we see y'all the next time. Peace and love to everybody. Go to your local dirt track. Spend some time. Watch the real heroes go do this, not the interweb heroes. But be sure you come back here when you're done.